Are you ready? 10,000 people. Joining us now, editor of the National Review, Fox News contributor Rich Lowry, conservative strategist, I don't know how I organize those syllables, conservative strategist, BlackRock Senior Director Lisa Booth. Good to have you with us.
Hi, Lou.
Hi, Lou.
Let's start, Lisa, with you. 10,000 folks for Bernie Sanders. Is this country, is that a tilt that we're all sensing here?
Well, that's a lot of people. But here, look, I think the difference between Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton is, love him or hate him, at least Bernie Sanders stands for something, right? But look, the surge we're seeing with Bernie Sanders isn't just happening in Iowa. It's also happening in a state like New Hampshire. And what's really problematic for Hillary Clinton from this latest Quinnipiac poll is that, Hillary Clinton has lost 12 percentage points with women. She's seen a drop with women voters, and this is the very constituency that she's relying on to help propel her candidacy forward.
Are you impressed with what Sanders is doing here? Did you ever expect it, Rich?
Not quite this, no. I always thought there was a lot of energy to be sucked up to Hillary's left, but let the record show the hottest thing in American politics right now is a socialist from Vermont. And there are people on the left who know Democratic politics much better than I do who thinks he has a real chance to win Iowa and New Hampshire. Now, could he win the nomination? That seems very unlikely. But if he stays this strong, I think the risk to Hillary is that he could pull in some other candidates.
And O'Malley and others must be just, as it were, licking their chops here, thinking what he may have opened up for them. Let's turn to the Republicans and Donald Trump. I mean, he is getting, Lisa, this man is now, he is target number one for the left. They're going after him with everything they've got. Aside from the obvious, why?
Well, it's because we've seen this left-wing mob mentality. Look, and when conservatives bemoan about the liberal media and the liberal left, it's because it's true. And we're seeing this right now. And what's going on right now underscores that very point. And what I find ironic is that, we see New York City kind of leading this charge now potentially, and it's Bill de Blasio that is seeking to give out 500,000 illegal IDs to illegal immigrants. And so we've seen where his viewpoint is on the issue. And, Lou, I heard you mention this earlier, but whatever happened to free speech? Whatever happened to having diverse opinions in this country?
Rich, you got the answer to that one?
That's a very big question. Look, I think Donald, he's benefiting from this at the moment, but I don't think he really knows what he is in for, because now he is a major hate from the left, and they don't stop until they silence and destroy people. And more than anything else, more than the businessman, more than the politician, he is a celebrity, and he values his celebritydom. And there's a reason in this country you have very, very few outspokenly conservative celebrities, because you usually don't survive in that role.
Yeah, I think that's a very good point. I do think at the same time, as I said in my commentary tonight, I believe Trump may be honestly one of the few people in the entire Republican Party who has the resources, the guts, if you will, the flair, the celebrity, as you said, Rich, to actually withstand this. We're going to find out how much Donald Trump sincerely, honestly, at heart wants to be president because of what he's going to have to endure. What do you think, Lisa?
Well, I think that's the big question. Is he serious? I mean, this is a guy who has flirted with a presidential run for almost 20 years now. And so I think that's the big question on everyone's mind.
Well, remember in 2008, I mean, he said he didn't want to be a Republican anymore. He was so disgusted with the system. I mean, I think that there's a trajectory here for his decision-making, if you will. I know that he's been accused of being exploited for his own celebrity, and I think probably that's part of it. It's true. But he knows what he's in for now, because he's looking at hundreds of millions at risk. Even for a billionaire, that's real money.
Well, and I think he's certainly got a taste for, what it actually means to run for president. But it's still to be seen. Is he serious about running? We don't know that. We know that he's withstanding a lot of heat right now. But is he going to, file his financial disclosures? Is he going to build?
How serious do we think all the other candidates are? What is the litmus test on seriousness? This is a man risking hundreds of millions of dollars. I'd say that looks like a guy who's pretty daggum serious.
Well, the other candidates, most of them have pursued politics as a career, and they're in this to win it. And I do think it's still unclear with Trump. Now, I thought and said to you a couple of weeks ago, back on the Celebrity Apprentice. Well, that's not going to happen. So maybe he is in for the duration now. But Lou, look,
Steve Burke probably heard you say that.
Yeah,
and decided to can.
Exactly. There you go. I've ruined his whole TV career. But look, I think immigration obviously is a serious issue. I think the nature of the immigrants who are coming from Mexico is a serious issue, but the way he expressed it was extremely crude and does more to discredit those arguments than to get people to listen to them.
Well, the fact of the matter is he made it very clear. He loves Mexicans. He just is hacked off at the Mexican government.
But, Lou, I think a problem that he might face as well is the fact that this is the way that he speaks. And so some people may see that as a positive. But,
you know what? Nobody said that everybody has to talk the same way.
Well, no, I agree.
Rough and ready also works. I don't know. I'm not excusing it. I'm just saying to you, the fact that there is a lexicon that is the only standard to which we all must repair. Come on, let's leave some room for individuality in what's supposed to be a free country.
But Lou, let me finish making my point. I don't disagree with you.
I'm waiting.
I don't disagree with you by that. But
he does
have
to use a different lexicon when you do it.
Don't you interrupt.
But you have to look at his unfavorables. The Republicans don't like him. His unfavorables are sky high.
I can tell they don't like him. He's second in Iowa. He's on his way. And come on, Lisa, we got the point.
But okay.
Honest, did we get the point?
Well, I agree with Lisa probably more than you. I do think the appeal is he talks. Do you agree with Lisa more than you agree with me, or do you agree with Lisa more than I do? The appeal is he sounds different than the average politician. The problem and the reason why he's not going to get the nomination is he has extremely high negatives, and the end of the day is impossible to imagine as president of the United States.
Have you guys finished making your points?
I was trying to bridge the gap.
And
here,
you did it. You did it. Lisa, you did it too. We thank you both
He's
being here doing it.
He's a peacemaker.
Lisa Booth, thank you so much. Rich Lowry, thank you, sir.